ठीक करो. Yeah. Okay, student, we have just seen what is prism and how it works. Now we will see the application of prism, how a prism can be used for various purposes. Here, let's say in this case, white light is there. White light, as you know, consists of many wavelengths, and this refraction depends upon the wavelength. So all the components of this wavelength will refract in different direction here, and in the further refraction you will get the clear separation of all the components which are in the white light. It will be like violet, indigo, blue, green and so on. So here we get the white light, a combination of all the wavelengths, and after that we get the all wavelengths are separated into individual components. This is called the dispersion. Dispersion is the breaking of individual component of the incident light through prism. Now, how these are related, we can say there is a Cauchy's relation where the refractive index, the dependence of refractive index on wavelength depends upon this equation, a plus by lambda square, where a, b and c are the constants. So this is just for the sake of knowledge how wavelength is related to the refractive index. Here you see the violet rays is maximum deviated, it has the maximum refractive index, and the red is deviated minimum. So red has the minimum. Another is important phenomena in the case of light is scattering. Scattering simply means bikhar jana, something like that. If light falls on certain object, be it be a molecule small, or be it be a dust particle, be it be anything, then the light falling over this will scatter all along the direction. Normally scattering we see along the 90 degree from the incident light. If the incident light is coming on this way, there is some dust particle or molecule or something like that, then we will watch in this direction perpendicular to the incident radiation. Whatever we will get is we call is scattering. Scattering is related to the wavelength by the Rayleigh formula. Is that A is equal to this A V upon R lambda square, where A is the amplitude of incident light, this is incident light, V is this is amplitude of incident, V is the volume of the particle, scattered particle, okay, and A is the amplitude of scattered light. Means the scattered light will be more intense for when lambda is less. So we can say that if you have white light, so blue light will scatter most. So what we have, say sun rays are coming over here, they are interacting with the atmosphere. Atmosphere we have dust, smoke, clouds and gas molecules, everything we have. So when we see that the light will scatter all along, and the maximum scattered light will be the blue light, blue or violet light. So that's why we see that our sky is violet, and that's all. This is the reason of why the sky is blue or violet, whatever you call it. So that we have done, the incident of scattered light is 1 upon lambda 4. This is Rayleigh, because that amplitude is lambda square, amplitude is A V upon R lambda square, incident or intensity is proportional to the square of amplitude. So lambda square there, so this is lambda 4. Means if you decrease the wavelength, the intensity of scattered light will be increased fourfold, means 4 times of the wavelength. So that's the important relation. And second thing is that if the scattered particle is very small compared to the wavelength of scattered light, the size of scattered light is bigger than the wavelength. Say for example, once it is a nitrogen or oxygen molecule, it is atmosphere molecule, then that is correct. But when the scattered light is falling over some dust particle or some cloud. So there is no difference on the intensity. All should be in the same way, and we will get the white light. Understand? When white light is falling over the gas molecule, which are much lesser than the wavelength of the light, then this formula is correct. But when the scattered object is much more, say like clouds, dust particle, then scattered light is the same. All wavelengths should be scattered similarly. That's why we see the clouds are white. Why clouds are white? Because the size of cloud particle is much more than the wavelength of the light. That's why they scattered all the wavelengths in the same fashion. So we see the clouds are white. Second application is why sun looks at red color in the evening or in the morning. Because in the evening or morning, when this is the position of sun and this is the position of earth, the sun has to cover longer distance in both cases, evening and evening, so that as we know that blue light will scatter, blue light will go in the atmosphere, and only the person, if some person is there, here you will get only the orange or red light. So in the evening and in the morning, when sun rays has to travel longer distance, blue light is scattered in the sky, and we received only the higher end of the spectrum, that is red light or orange light. So this is the reason of having the red or orange light in the time of evening and evening. Second thing is, you see, the danger signal is always red. We have red, yellow and green signal. Why we have the danger signal red, stop or danger signal red? Because as just we have seen, red light will scatter minimum. So whatever the light is coming over here, this will not spread all along the atmosphere. They will come straight to the observer. So red light can be seen from far distance and quite brightly. Other lights are not so seen, so that for danger signs we have red light. Second is the rainbow. Very important. Rainbow is, what is rainbow? Rainbow is a natural phenomena due to the presence of water molecules in atmosphere. Generally, you can see this rainbow only in the rainy season. What happens? All the drops, raindrops, can be considered as circular. Okay, so when lights, on second thing, light for the watching of the rainbow, light should come from, if here is the observer, light should come from the back. When light falls over this, so you can see falling over this refraction, it will go here. Now in this point, some of the rays coming, this is incident, this is the your water vapor or water a drop. So when light coming is over, enter into the drop, and here some of the light which are falling higher than the critical angle will reflect back, total internal reflection, and here it can be seen. Similarly, because it will act like a prism, you can have a spectrum here, all colors. So here you see there are two phenomena. One is diffraction, total internal reflection, and again diffraction. So two diffraction plus one total internal reflection. But sometimes what happens, due to the occurrence of these drops and nature, sometimes you have, say, light coming over here, refraction, total internal reflection, again total internal reflection. So it will come here, internal reflection, again internal reflection, and then reflection. So two internal reflection and two reflection. This is the cause of secondary rainbow. The order of the color is reversed in secondary rainbow than the first rainbow. So actually it is, if somebody is watching here, sun is from this side, if you watch then you will get one rainbow. This is called primary rainbow, and there will be secondary rainbow due to the double reflection, which will be much lighter than the first. This is much brighter, much clearly seen, and this is the fainted and not so clearly seen, but the order of the color will be reversed in the second order. So these completes your about the ray optics and everything. Next time, in the next video, we will take about the optical instrument, in which the first instrument will be our natural eyes, and then other microscope and microscope, then telescope also. So these two things we will take in the next video. Thank you.